This with me is the new Ferrari Portofino. Now this is a model that replaces the Ferrari California T. You'd remember it as the folding hardtop version in Ferrari's lineup. Well, this model, I'll just tell you a few of its specs to get you interested. It makes 600 horsepower, gets to 100 kph in just 3.4 seconds, and it will be launched in July 2018 for about 3.5 crore rupees. Let's see it in more detail now. See a Portofino in the metal and you'll quickly realize the pictures you've seen so far just don't do justice to it. Where the California had its odd angles, the Portofino looks like a Ferrari should. It's sexy, seductive, and in this exclusive shade of Portofino Rosso, just eye-catching. To my eyes at least, the Portofino is more a thing of beauty than most Ferraris of late, whose designs appear primarily dictated by just how effectively they cut through the air. The Portofino has its aero-aiding elements too, but the treatment is subtler. Look closely and you'll spot an air curtain beside the L-shaped headlights, and there's the minutest of ridges at the rear end to aid downforce at the back. What you can't miss are the prominent vents at the sides that are there to channel air from the wheel arches along the body sides. As for the roof, it's a metal unit like the California's but now opens and closes in all of 14 seconds and at speeds of up to 40 km an hour. Ferrari has made it lighter, marginally more space efficient and whatnot, but the real talking point is just how beautifully it's been integrated with the rest of the body. With the roof up, the Portofino has that purposeful fastback look about it. And with the roof down, it looks every bit an open-top GT that it's meant to be. And the boot? Well, it's usable too, if only for a weekend's worth of luggage. Roof up or down, the cabin is easy to get into and see out of, the front seats are as supportive as you'd expect, and most of what you touch is really high quality. Also integral to the experience is the fairly slick new 10.25-inch touchscreen infotainment system that comes bundled with Apple CarPlay. Drivers get all the information they need via screens that flank the yellow tacho. And, like all modern Ferraris, the steering is home to all forms of controls, right from indicator switches to the Manettino dial. There's a huge catalogue of options too. Don't want your co-driver to feel left out? There's an optional but rather cool 8.8-inch side touchscreen as well that shows speed, gear and navigation info. Now over to the bits hidden from view. At the heart of every Ferrari is its engine, and this one has quite the heart. It's a 3.9-litre twin-turbo V8. Sounds familiar? It's the engine from the California T, but it's been completely reworked and punches out 40 horsepower more, taking power to 600 horsepower at 7,500 RPM. An entry point to the Ferrari range this may be, but it's still a red-blooded Ferrari. The Portofino is also built on a new chassis that Ferrari claims is 35% stiffer than the California's. Overall weight is down 80 kgs to its predecessor, and there's also the big switch to an electromechanical steering from a hydraulic unit. I got a ride in the Portofino, and even from the passenger seat something stood out. First and foremost, this is a ferociously fast car. Ferrari claims a 0 to 100 kph time of 3.4 seconds and a 0 to 200 kph time of just 10.8 seconds. This is no namby-pamby boulevard cruiser. Then there's the way it sounds. Being a turbo, the Portofino doesn't shriek even in sport mode, but the deep bassy note and brash racket closer to the red line is properly fulfilling. The big surprise was ride quality. Yup, ride quality. While not entirely supple and corsetting, the Portofino won't rattle your bones either. There's a bumpy road setting for the magneto-rheological dampers that adds a subtle but effective layer of softness to the ride. Some of the roads in South Italy seem to be the handiwork of India's municipal bodies, and it's plenty to say the Portofino handled them just fine. There was a touch of body shudder, however, over the worst, sharpest lumps and bumps. Ferrari wants you to see the Portofino as a Ferrari you can use every day. How much that holds true in India is something we'll only find out when we get our hands on the car on home soil. I can't wait.